I don't think I've had a space just to create in a long time. Not for content, not for work, just to make something for the sake of making it. And this room kind of found me at the right time. It's upstairs, it's filled with light, it's a little empty and a little unrefined, but it felt like it could become something quieter, something softer, and something that felt like a small shift from everything that's happening downstairs. Welcome back to the renovation series. This is episode 16. Living in the Northeast, the winters can be quite long and you can get a little bit of the seasonal depression. I was craving warmth and light and sunshine, and I wanted to bring that into this home up here in this space because there is a skylight that I wanted to make use of, and this big, beautiful window. This room gets south-facing light. It's stunning. So in the wintertime, I wanted to create my little beachy vibey haven, not like beach house, but I wanted to bring that, warmth in here. And I think I did it. This is going to be my little painting studio. I've always wanted to be like a little artist, a little painter, and have a little paint studio. So that's what this is going to be. I just want a space to be creative. And it's that's not tied to work. I mean, if it turns into a business, maybe, but that's not the goal. The goal is to just have a space that's filled with light and sunshine and reminds me of being on the beach. And I can just turn my music on and paint or make something. Just be creative. This is my creative little studio space. So let me show you how we got here, because we had a lot of undoing to do. From a distance, the walls don't look too bad, and the yellow scallop detail is fun for a kid's room, but when you take a closer look, every square inch needed attention. So I scraped, skim-coated, caulked, and primed, and tested out a million color swatches. I use my little scraper and trying to scrape off all of these little drips. I am gonna have to go in with some drywall mud and kind of feather all of this out, because you can still see a thick ridge of paint. I'm trying to get some more of this off, but prep is 95% of the work when you are painting a room. You gotta get it clean, you gotta get it smooth, you gotta get it all fixed, and then the paint is the very last 10%. For the closet door, there is still a sliding barn door track in here, so I'll probably end up making my own DIY door for this space down the line. Then there's this little cozy nook. I'm not really sure what to do with this space just yet, but I'm thinking about building a little custom writing desk that overlooks the backyard. Let me know in the comments below what your thoughts are for this space. Let's talk colors. I went through so many color swatches. I got so many little samples, and I didn't really know what I wanted to do in here. I wanted to keep it light and bright, but I didn't want stark white because that's boring schmoring. And I didn't want a beige, but I didn't want too yellow. So I sampled a lot, and I ended up landing on Farrow and Ball's Joa's White. And it's funny because it's not white. Farrow and Ball, their colorist, their color theory person is on point, because they're just they feel elevated, they feel luxurious, and they're really nuanced. I use Farrow and Ball colors most of the time, but I get them mixed up at my local Ace Hardware. They have a program where you can pull Farrow and Ball color codes and mix it up in the Benjamin Moore paint, because it's really hard to find Farrow and Ball colors here in the States. And if you can, it's really expensive, or you need to import it. Benjamin Moore's, their Ben line with the Farrow and Ball color codes, Chef's kiss, incredible. Little trick for you. All of Farrow and Ball colors are like really nuanced and they kind of shift throughout the day, but especially this Joa's white up here. This is what I have here on the walls. In the morning, it's very like, it's bright, it's fresh. It almost feels like sunshine on a stucco wall, like in the morning, and I love that vibe. But at night, when the sun goes down, it feels almost like earthy, neutral, natural. It is so cozy. It is such a vibe. It's perfect for like a calm, creative space. I love it. I love this color. It's one of my new favorite colors, actually. The rest of the house, I wanted to do a very dark, moody, bold, like moody academia vibe, which it's coming along really nicely. But up here, I wanted to keep it light and bright and airy, but still like not too light. I didn't want to go white or beige. I still wanted to have that historic, like 1930s vibe that the rest of the house has, but I wanted to keep it earthy and neutral, still historic, but not too light. You know what I mean? So I've color drenched a lot of the rooms, but up here I did want to have a contrast between the walls and the trim. So for the walls we did Farrow and Ball Joa's white, and then for the trim I did Sherwin Williams Stone Lion. It's very earthy, it's very rooted, it's nice, it's cozy, and it's a great complement to the Joa's white. I did want a little bit of a differentiator between the trim and the walls up here, and the doors are also going to be in the Stone Lion. For reference, this is what the Stone Lion on the trim looks like with the white primer on the walls. I cut in the trim first, and then I cut in the walls and then rolled the walls. So you can see how the Stone Lion doesn't really work with a stark white wall, but it pairs beautifully with the warmth of the Joa's white. Let's talk about flooring real quick. I originally wanted to do some carpet up here. Now I know a lot of you guys hate carpet, and carpet is a little bit outdated and it can look really tacky, but it can also look really chic and it is very comfortable. I, however, decided to go against carpet and put LVP up here because my little older dog, Lucy, she's 18, she's having some bladder issues, so we have her in diapers, but there are still some accidents here and there. So I decided to go against carpet and do flooring that was easier to clean. So this is the Floret LVP in the Modine style in the color Kingswood. I've worked with Floret before and they're an amazing company. They have really great engineered floors. But this video is not sponsored by them. I love their product so much that I ended up buying some and putting them in this room. This is in the Signature collection with the micro bevel. I think it's the best line that they have. I bought this wood grain adjustable curtain rod from Amazon, and I think the carved wood looking finials are a perfect nod to my beach vibe I'm going for in here. These scrap sheer curtains are just a placeholder for now, but I'm actually kind of digging the rough edge. It's giving shipwreck. All right, so this is it. What do you guys think about my painting room? I am so excited for this. I have a frame downstairs above the mantle that needs a piece of artwork, and I'm thinking that we should DIY a piece of art for that space, for that frame. It's a 30 by 40. I think I'm gonna do acrylic on canvas. And so I think that's gonna be the first piece of art that we make in here. So stay tuned. If you like videos like this, give it a big thumbs up, consider subscribing. I would love to have you here, and click that notification bell so when I do paint something up here, and we put it in that fireplace mantle frame, you won't miss it. All right, I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.